We're seeing you here in American Siege, which is an incredible action thriller by Edward Drake. Was there something about Rutledge or about the film itself that really made you want to be a part of this one?
Um, well, the story is great, and a friend of mine, the director's a friend of mine, Edward Drake, and Corey Large, one of the producers. So they asked me if I would play this part, and I read it, and I said, yeah, that'd be fun with Bruce Willis. So I decided I'd do it.
It's another kick butt intense film that you're a part of. Do you tend to seek out action roles mostly, drama roles, or is this just what tends to come your way because of the work you've done in the past?
I suppose it tends to come my way because of the work I've done in the past, definitely, yeah. But I'm like everyone else. It doesn't matter if you're an actor or a journalist or whatever. We're all trying to feed our families. So whatever work comes my way and pays me money, I will do. And some jobs pay you a lot of money, and you mightn't like them that much. And some jobs pay you little money, and you might love doing them. So.
Well, how was Rutledge originally described to you then when it came to this particular film?
He was described as being the old money kind of thing in the town. His family, they formed the town initially, and he's a lot of history to the town. And basically, he's like a lot of these characters. Their ego is their downfall. They don't think they can be touched. It happens with powerful people anyway. I mean, I won't give personal examples, but certain presidents, certain CEOs of companies, the mighty fall eventually when their egos become too big, I think. So it was a character like that they wanted me to play, and I always have good fun at playing those characters. It's great to play the bad guy, but you do it with with all justification for your actions. So yeah.
Well, is it more about getting his son Kyle back, or is it about protecting Dr. Keats, or is it a combination of both that really motivates him to put his feet to the fire and get involved in this hostage situation?
I think he would like if the sheriff Bruce Willis would take care of this little minor hiccup, basically, and when Bruce Willis's character it seems to be inept at taking care of what I think is the minor problem, then I have to get involved. And the culmination of that is my son gets in trouble, and I have to sort that out. But it all stems from me hiring someone that I thought was going to do the job, and he's unable to or unwilling to do the job. So I have to bring myself plus a bunch of heavies in to take care of the situation.
Is there anything you found particularly challenging about being Rutledge, or is this kind of, since it's your niche, you feel so comfortable in it at this point?
I do feel quite comfortable in playing those characters. Sometimes there's not a lot of preparation in this type of movie. Everybody is under the gun. There's limited money, there's limited time, so everybody is putting in 100% in a very short amount of time, whether it's with character development or dialogue or the setups. It was a difficult shoot for the director, for producers, for actors, everybody, because they did not have a lot of time to do it. I forget how long they're saying it took to shoot, but I think a couple of weeks or something. So that's like unheard of very often.
Is there something you do then to shake off a long day of filming, or at this point it's easy for you to slip in to Timothy versus whoever the bad guy or the badass person you're playing is?
Yeah, in a situation like this, it's very easy to shake it off. You just go out there, you shoot for your scenes for a few days or a few weeks or whatever, and then you're gone. Now, when you're doing a play and you're running for months or or something like that, it's harder to shake off the character. Or if you're in a if you're in a movie where you're in that character in that zone for months on end, then it gets it gets deeper inside of you or whatever. I believe myself, so.
For American Siege, I love the skeet shooting scene for you. Is that something you knew how to do?
Well, I grew up in Ireland shooting pheasant with my father, and going salmon fishing and all those kind of outdoor activities. So it wasn't alien for me. As far as skeet shooting, I never actually shot skeet, so but it was good fun. It's always good fun to shoot a shotgun at clay targets, instead of live animals, so.
Exactly. Were there some particular memorable moments or scenes that you're most looking forward to fans checking out when they get to watch American Siege?
I suppose a lot of the scenes, well, most of my scenes are with Bruce Willis, but we had a good relationship, the two of us, and we've worked together before, and I've worked with the director and producer before, so it was I think those scenes between myself and Bruce came out quite well, actually. And it's always, it's great coming as an actor coming from Ireland and seeing Bruce Willis years ago doing his great work, and to be acting opposite him is great, so.
You've been in a number of incredible projects that are so well received, and people are just addicted to the action work that you do. Is there a particular project or projects that you've worked on that you really love and still hold true to your heart?
I suppose, well, they're all individual and they're all unique, I suppose. Sometimes you can be in a not too good movie but play a great character, and that's happened to me a lot. The most well-known ones, movies, I suppose, would be Appaloosa with Ed Harris. That was so great doing that Western. I love Westerns. I love, like,
clearly you were Lone Ranger.
I was in Lone Ranger, and I just did a Western called The Redeemer in Montana.
Westworld, Wayne. What is this?
Exactly. It's like the Irish cowboy, basically, So, but I grew up with Westerns with Clint Eastwood and John Wayne, and as a little kid, we used to play cowboys and Indians. I know that's very on PC now. It should be called Cowboys and Native Americans, and but that's what I had no internet. I had no video games or anything. It was like
no computer, nothing.
Nothing. See, I'm showing my age now,
But is there a particular project, those Westerns are what really hold close to your heart when it comes to the work you've done? I mean, people still are bananas for the work you did on Sons of Anarchy. There's Quantico. There's many, many projects to come as far as your career has been.
Yeah. I enjoyed playing all of them. The ones you mentioned, Sons of Anarchy, was such an amazing hit show, and it was great to be part of it. And Kurt is doing I think a Western series now or something, or he's developing it. Working with him in the Sons of Anarchy, and then on the Bastard Executioner was great. And Quantico, then of course I got a chance to shoot in New York and in Ireland. So I've always loved travel, but to be back home shooting in Christchurch Cathedral I remember it was my birthday and I had to do a speech for that, in Priyanka Chopra and all that gang were there in the church in Ireland, and you had there's a coffin there, a burial thing in the church, and it's Strongbow. He was the Norman knight who came to Ireland and was the cause of the English coming to Ireland and our sad history for 500 years. So on my birthday, to be giving a big speech over the grave of a Norman knight, that brought the English to Ireland was quite a good fun, actually, I must say.
Are there any other big projects you've been busy working on recently?
the ones now that I have coming out, I'm doing a lot of independent movies right now, which I love doing because you get to play these great characters, just like the one we were talking about now. But the ones to be released would be The Redeemer. It's this Western in Montana, and it's a great character I have in that. That'll be out this year. And another movie I did called Apophenia. There's a good buzz about that. So I bet you I'm forgetting something now and I'll be shocked, you know. But those two projects will be coming out, I think. And
Accomplice, Fire Island,
oh,
Resurrected.
of course, Fire Island. I nearly forgot that. Yeah, as well. Yeah. So yeah.
You have a busy schedule. You're an actor and clearly a man of outdoorsman. You're a producer. Is there anything else that you'd like to try your hand at? Do you have anything you're producing coming up?
No, nothing I'm producing, but I mean, I'd love to do a Western like Jeremiah Johnson, you know, that Robert Redford did years ago, you know, that like, I love The Revenant, you know, that like, The Old Man in the Sea or something like that, you know, a man in the wilderness. And I'd also like, as the lead, and I'd also like, you know, to be playing the family man that has to rescue his loved ones or his family or get revenge like Liam Neeson and Taken or something, you know. Something like that. Something where I'm the good guy and not the bad guy. You know?
We'll manifest that because I think it's been a while since you've been a good guy.
Oh my God, it's too long altogether. Yeah, yeah.
Well, what would you like to say then to everyone who are fans and supporters of the wonderful work you do on our screens?
I would say I love you guys. It's through you that you know, that I can do this work. I'm glad I'm reasonably popular and likable, and you know, I'm just like you guys. I'm the same as everyone else, trying to feed my family, keep my kids in school with this Omni Connor, however you pronounce it. You know, this school now is closed again today, so. Yeah, it gets frustrating. I have two young little kids and loving it, of course, and my lovely wife. So thanks very much for supporting my movies and my work, guys, because you allow me to feed my family.